Hulk Hogan was a big part of my childhood. Hulk Hogan was a big part of wrestling's success. If it wasn't for Hulk Hogan, wrestling would have still existed, but we will never know to what levels of success and the connections we were able to make due to Hulk Hogan's contributions to the wrestling world. I am able to separate Hulk Hogan from the person, Terry Bollea. It's kind of like a comic book character. We liked the character that is portrayed, but not always the actor playing that part. Hulk Hogan was the character that was always thought to be the ultimate hero during the Hulkamania era. But the actions of Terry Bollea unfortunately did not always live up as any human to the standards of Hulk Hogan all the time. I believe that there is a difference. I believe there is a difference in the character. I asked myself, what is my connection to Hulk Hogan versus my connection to Terry Bollea? My connection is deep-rooted into Hulk Hogan. The wrestling world in our childhood lost a great character in Hulk Hogan. I want to first off start off with saying thank you for the memories to Hulk Hogan and my condolences to the family and the friends that are dealing with their loss as we get the news of Hulk Hogan's passing due to cardiac arrest a little over a day ago. Hulk Hogan set the spotlight for a lot of guys and opened the world of wrestling up to me, along with guys like Ultimate Warrior. When I started getting into wrestling, I was very much into the Hulk Hogan Ultimate Warrior that pulled me into the wrestling world around WrestleMania 6. A WrestleMania that has more legends that are deceased now than any other WrestleMania. But it opened the doors for other greats. It opened the doors for the Legion of Doom, the Road Warriors. It opened the doors for the Andre the Giants, Roddy Piper, Dusty Rhodes, Mr. Perfect, Macho Man Randy Savage. I even went back and would watch the early WrestleManias, even as a kid. Once I was hooked, I was hooked. And Hulk Hogan opened the doors for guys like the Rockers, Shawn Michaels and Marty Jannetty. Guys like Bret Hart, Jimmy Anvil Neidhart. I was open to a whole world of wrestling and childhood great memories due to the work of many, many hard legends of the business. But Hulk Hogan was that doorway for me. He was the superhero of the wrestling world. And then in 1996, the world changed and Hulk Hogan changed with it in the Attitude Era and was able to move on to the NWO after something that was, in my opinion, the greatest heel turn of all time. And then we got the redemption story of Hulk Hogan back in the WWE. Hulk Hogan was one of the first actors, former wrestlers, transitioning the bridge into Hollywood for guys like The Rock and John Cena that do it today. Hulk Hogan gave a lot to the business. The Hulk Hogan character gave a lot to pro wrestling. And I want to say thank you to all the work that he did. WWE did a great job honoring Hulk Hogan in SmackDown in Cleveland, Ohio. Great wrestling city. I was glad to hear the crowd very much into, the honoring of this legend's passing and, hearing all the different, nods to wrestling's history. WrestleMania exists today because of the work of a Hulk Hogan. And I, for one, am very honored to have experienced that, to have interacted with that. And I wish everybody the best that's going through the struggle of these memories. I personally will be going through and watching matches and being connected to that character, in the upcoming weeks. But those are my overall initial thoughts on the passing of Hulk Hogan. I don't have a necessary, show laid out for us today, but I did want to give my quick thoughts as, I know you guys are working through it too. If you guys got a great memory of Hogan, please let me know. There's just so many I'm, going to be reliving, and I want to say thank you to each and every one of you guys. And thank you again. Final thoughts. I think it's very important in times like this to celebrate pro wrestling. I think it's great times to remind us that life is short and that we celebrate pro wrestling and we celebrate our fandom. And I want to remind you guys, you don't have to explain your fandom to anybody. You never have to explain your fandom to anybody when you truly love something. Whether it's movies, sports, pro wrestling, comic books. Always be a kid at heart and always appreciate those that have laid the foundation for you, have entertained you, and those larger than life characters that allow you to just, be innocent and enjoy things. And those things did that for me with the character Hulk Hogan. It allowed me to make many friendships over the years just because of that connection of knowing who Hulk Hogan was, or even the connection of finding out you sat in the lunchroom right next to a fellow wrestling fan and you were able to share those moments and those shocking events of the stories they told. Well, guys, above all everything, enjoy each other's fandom and enjoy each other's pro wrestling. I'm out.